What is going on, guys? This is Alicus, the Galactic Guardian, reporting for duty live today. It's 5:30 Chicago time, Central United States. Guys, welcome onto this call. Tonight, we're going to be going over the mission, right? We're going to be going over the new earth. We're going to be going over the mission from God, right? In which we are here to end all time, right? This is spoken in Revelation, right? Jesus said that in the beginning, this would enter us into heaven, right? The beginning into the end, it is written. The journey from the mind to the heart, guys. What we have here today is really simple, right? We have systems, right? We have 13. 13 comes down to, really the fractals. It's the fractals of knowledge. We're here to share the word of God. We're here to shed, the new earth systems, the new earth communities, and just universalizing the law of one, right? That's really what we're here to do. But we have 13, 13, 13, 13, 13. Each 13 has 13 inside of it. So if you look at the United States here, right, 13, the United States is 13. The label United States is 13, and in that there are 12 13s, right? Each one of those 12 13s are 13 in of itself, right? So for example, the New Mexico 13, it's going to go ahead. New Mexico, the label New Mexico is 13, and there are 12 cities inside of it, right? Or 12 neighborhoods inside of it, right? The label United States is 13. There are 12 regions of the United States, right? Which each one of those 12 is actually 13, which means it has 12 inside of it, right? 13, not to confuse, some people were confused by this earlier. 13 is the label, right? 13 is the label, right? Notebooks. 13 is notebooks. There's 12 notebooks, right? So 13 is the label, it's the title, it's the crown of the king, right? So it's a leader, right? A label that has 12 units, right? So a year has 12 units, which are months. Year is 13, there are 12 months in the year, which is 13, right? There are 12 disciples, right? In the 13th, which is Jesus's team, right? Does that make sense? Right? If you're in I'm Academy, right, there's 12 people. That makes up a P600. P600 is 13, but there are 12 of them. There are 12 people in the P600's team. P600 is 13, right? So each region is 13. There are 12 units inside of them. Inside of those 12 units, each one of those 12 units is 13. There's the leader of all of those units. That's called 13, and they have 12 people each, right? Each one of those 12 is going to be 13 again, and they're going to have 12 all the way fractals all the way down United States, and you zoom out all the way, and we actually have 12 main regions in the entire international world, and that's 13, right? And some say that we add on, no, I'm not going to say that, but 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, right? So there's 12 of them. So guys, the real universal law here we're at play is what is called, so we're creating here the golden age. We're creating here the universities, right? Universities, I'm talking about, med beds, ET med beds, healing centers, healing technology, quantum, new earth stuff, right? And what's really exciting about this is, merging with ETs, right? Extraterrestrials, ET technology, and that type of stuff, right? The future is near, right? So that's what's really exciting to me, as well. And, I'm not going to get too deep into my story, how I learned all this stuff, but how I received all this stuff. But, from my understanding, a lot of us are receiving the same visions, right? A lot of us, many of us, a lot of my friends, we talk about this stuff, and it seems like we all have the same future. And there's a reason why we all get the same visions. I believe visions are just our future selves looking back on us in a memory, right? And so that's really what it is. We all share the same future, right? We all share the same future. And so we're here to play out, what's called, guys, I want to talk about what's called the Divine Nine, right? The Divine Nine, guys, really want to go into this. Divine Nine, really interesting stuff is that, we have what's called the Divine Plan, right? The Divine Plan. Divine Plan is the mission from God for the entire collective consciousness. Then we have what's called the Divine Blueprint, which is like the puzzle piece to each puzzle. Divine Plan being the puzzle, and we have a diagram on this as well. It's somewhere. It's not even in the slide. We'll have to add it. Divine Plan, Divine Blueprint, right? And we have the path. And so we're here to create what's called a 100th monkey syndrome, right? We're here to create 100th monkey syndrome, spillover effect, right? We're here to play teamwork, right? We're here to create what's called unity, guys. We're here to create unity and love, and realize that when we're not competing with each other, we're actually working together. Guys, this is already happening. The collective consciousness is already spilling over. This is literally already happening. And so what are we here to do? We're here to end all disease, heal all suffering, right, guys? Create abundance in heaven on earth, right? Abundance where we're all working together. We're not in fear. We're not afraid. We're not afraid of each other. We're actually working together, right? And, when we see someone in darkness, we bring them to the light, right? Red Rover, right? It's in the dark right over because light's going to go ahead and shine on it. Guys, you don't look for the light. You don't look for the light switch when you don't look for the sun when the light's out, right? You look for the sun when it's dark, right? So, guys, keep moving to the light, every single day, guys. What I learned from having it all and losing it all was that nothing real can ever be lost. For the real world is within yourself. The outer world reflects back to you how you believe, how you feel, what you believe about it. Guys, Jesus said that the truth shall be revealed and it shall set them free. So, guys, we're already here. We're already working on this. We're already doing this. We have connections all these places. So, guys, we fill in. Asking where can we fill in? How can we do this together? I'm working on this too. A lot of you guys that I've met are actually already doing this. So that's the interesting part about this. That's how you know it's the divine truth. Is when I can share this with someone, they're like, dude, I already had the same idea. Dude, I was thinking that the same time before you even told me. Right? Like, that's how I know that it's all connected. That's how I know when I sit here and I make a video like this and I hear someone tell me, like, dude, I've heard that before. It's almost like you recognize it because it's the truth, right? You recognize the truth. It don't take a belief to believe it. It don't take an opinion to agree to it. Matters is, we got to have some type of sense of direction on where we're going, guys. We're going to what's called the new earth, right? At the end of the day, guys, we're headed to the new earth. We're headed to the new Jerusalem. We're headed to, the blueprint, guys, the new earth, the new Jerusalem, right? There's divine order. There is divine flow. There's divine time. Excuse me. Divine timing, guys. And what we have is called divine intervention. Because what happens is, guys, many of us, we act as divine interventions. Many of us, what we do is we call this divine intervention is when you're going down a path, and I got to get the diagram out, but this is fine. We got to get the diagram out for this, is divine intervention. That's when you're going down a path, and at some point in time, it's just not working. Round peg in the square hole. It's great suffering. Whatever, God comes in, divine comes in, and intervenes and redirects you back to the path of your soul. That's called divine will. It's the path of your soul, right? There's divine order in this all playing out. But guys, where are we headed? New Earth. What is the new Earth, guys? We're talking about ET technology. We're talking about materializer, teleportation, telekinesis, psychic powers, all this stuff, guys. Meditation, affirmation, manifestation. We create our reality. So, guys, we create abundance. Golden age, new Earth. They're talking about the new Earth, Atlantis. Guys, there's a lot of things we can talk about on this, but I'm not gonna get too deep into it. Guys, this is a brief summary. Right at the end of the day, guys, this brief summary. I love making this. What's exciting about this is that no man is left behind. I mean, that's exciting about this to me, guys. It's just no man is left behind. No man is left behind. So we're actually creating this. This isn't a theory at this point. This isn't an idea. This isn't something that we're hoping to do. This is what God sent us here for. Me, you, and the next person, whether we know it or not. If this part of this arrested, this group. Right at the end of the day, guys, it's just like at the end of the day, the truth will be revealed. And it shall set them free. So on this path of ascension, we may face our fears, we may face, our illusions, whatever it is, but ultimately, guys, we're creating our reality. That's really what it comes down to, guys. And you got to simplify this. What you write down is going to happen. What you think is going to happen. So, we got to be speaking love and light and truth, every single day out here, guys. And, the children. One thing I want to talk about is 100 Monkey Syndrome. Guys, because we have some deep program in the Matrix, movies, TV shows, music that are extremely demonic. And so we must make everything angelic, the opposite, right? So it's called the 100th Monkey Syndrome, guys. 100th Monkey Syndrome. It basically states in the story, how it goes. It was a scientific study back in the 20th century, is that, there were 5 adjacent islands, off the coast of Africa, in between Africa and Australia, out there in the Indian Ocean. And these 5 adjacent islands had no physical contact with each other, guys. And what's insane about these islands is that, one researcher on one of the islands grabbed a sweet potato, dipped in the water to see if the monkey see, monkey do was a real thing, right? Monkey see, monkey do. And what happened was, it was only on one of the islands. This experiment was only on one of the islands. And, it was on one of 5. And so the monkeys on the first island that they did the experiment on, they grabbed the sweet potato and dipped it in the water and ate it. They observed the behavior, right? They observed behavior. And so what happened was after a certain number, right? First it was just a few of the monkeys, then it was 10, then it was 20, and then eventually a certain number hit. Okay, now look, there are researchers on island 2, 3, 4, 5, but they didn't do that experiment. They didn't dip sweet potato in the water, right? But what happened was once 100 monkeys on the first island grabbed a sweet potato and dipped it in the water, ate it, guess what happened? All the monkeys on all the other islands automatically, right, almost by magic, decided to grab a sweet potato, dip it into the water, and eat it. They all did the same behavior, guys. How is that possible? And what we believe, what we know is, and see for yourself, it's called the collective consciousness, guys. The 100 monkey syndrome. Even though we have not physically observed the behavior, we somehow get the thought. We download it from, some people would call it the ether, right? Some people call it, this is the ether, right? We download the thought from the ether, guys. This is how trends work. This is how people become famous. This is how TikTok trends work, guys. It's because we download it from ether, guys. And so there's this other story, about this man, John, Roger Bannister, guys. Roger Bannister, back in the 20th century, 1960s or whatever it was, the up until that point, it was told that a 4-minute mile was absolutely impossible. Absolutely, you could never do it, right? No one could ever do it. Roger Bannister, that one day, guys, 1960s, he decided he was going to do it. No one had done it before, but he decided to do it. The 4-minute mile. Roger Bannister, guys, he ran the 4-minute mile. And what's really interesting about it is the moment he did it, everyone else believed they could do it too. And guess what happened, guys? You look weeks and months later, dozens and dozens, and now eventually hundreds of other runners have now ran a 4-minute mile, even though before he did it, no one believed it was possible, guys. And so we have what's called beliefs, right? Beliefs are nothing more than placebo, right? Meaning that they are self-fulfilling prophecies, right? Since we believed that it's not possible, we experience that reality. But because it never happened before, that gave us the belief. It's never happened before, so believe, guys. So part of having a vision, part of seeing the future, is believing in something we have not seen. That's what we see in the Bible, right? Anyone that's invented anything, or that created a massive change, a leader, innovator at any time, saw a vision, guys. So my phone's about to die, so I'm gonna end this off, guys. Hope you guys see you on the other side. See video part 2. We'll have more videos coming out on this.